안녕하세요. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is 정은 An, and you may call me An 교무님 or Reverend An. The Chinese character An means peace and comfort. Just like the meaning of my name, I hope to be with you in a warm and comfortable way to help us feel at ease. After a long 15-hour flight, I finally arrived at the North Carolina one Buddhist temple last week. As I prepared for this journey to the United States, I prayed that I could build warm and meaningful connections with the people I meet here. I am very grateful and happy to begin this new chapter together with all of you. Many people ask me why I chose the path of Won Buddhism and what brought me all the way to the United States. So, here is my story. I was born into a Won Buddhist family and grew up attending the temple from a young age. The temple was always a warm and joyful place for me. When I was little, the 교무님s looked like angels to me. The temple members in my hometown often told me and other children, "You should become a 교무님 someday." Even though I did not fully understand what that meant, I would simply answer, "Yes, I will become a 교무님." That is how I naturally grew up in the faith. As time passed and I was preparing for college, my father encouraged me to become a 교무님. However, I hesitated because I thought that becoming one might limit my freedom in my life. Then one day, I attended a youth retreat and I was a senior in high school. There, I saw some students my age making vows to become 교무님s. Watching them, I realized that many other teenagers had ideas similar to mine. And I thought, if they can do it, then I should be able to as well. Also, while I thought it would be good to live a conventional life like other people and build a family, I also came to think that it could be meaningful to take a slightly different path. With the contemplation, I made a vow to become a 교무님. When I was 18, I spent 2 years serving as a student in novice training under the former head Dharma master, Venerable Chwasannim. Each day began with early morning meditation. Many things were difficult at first because they were new to me. I learned how to clean, prepare meals, do laundry, receive guests, and end the day with chanting. My teacher, Venerable Chwasanim always did even the smallest things with one-pointed sincerity and mindfulness. I was deeply moved watching him share the Dharma with so many people and pray for the peaceful reunification of Korea. Through that experience, I began to feel that if I practiced sincerely, I too could live a life to benefit the world. Although I was often physically tired, I felt great joy and peace in my heart. I noticed myself changing for the better. After 2 years of novice training, I studied Won Buddhism at Wonkwang University. At the university, I watched other college students who seemed to live freely and pursue their own careers. I often struggled with some questions. Why am I majoring in Won Buddhism? Why am I walking on this path? To find the answer, I took a year off from school. During that time, I traveled, had many experiences, and spent time reflecting deeply on my life. Through the process of learning Dharma, I came to learn the principle of no beginning and no ending, and the principle of cause and effect. Also, I realized that this physical body is not my complete self, and I slowly began to discover my true self. That realization brought me an inner joy that could not be compared with anything else. As I reflected on my vow for spiritual growth and attaining Buddhahood, I felt reassured that this was truly the path I wanted to follow. After completing 4 years of college and 2 years of graduate school, I officially became a Gyomunnim. My first assignment was at Dongyang Temple in Iksan, where I worked with youth for 9 years. I constantly thought about how I could help guide young people toward a better path. At the same time, I myself learned and grew so much through them. Sometimes I felt exhausted, but whenever that happened, I thought about the sincere heart I had when I first made my vow, and it helped me regain my ground. Later, I was assigned to the International Affairs Department at Won Buddhism headquarters, where I supported overseas temples. Through this work, I was able to experience a much larger world and meet people from many different cultures and faiths. However, I felt limited by my English skills and found it difficult to communicate freely. So I wanted to improve my English. Luckily, I had a chance to meet several Gyomunnims who had served in the United States. Their encouragement inspired me to take on a new challenge. Looking back, I began this journey without fully understanding the life of a Gyomunim, and because of that, I experienced many moments of doubt. But now, I truly feel blessed that I have found Dharma and walked the path of spiritual growth. The more I practice and study, the more grateful I become for all the people and connections that have guided me to this path. Master Zheng San said, "The blessing of good affinity is the best of all blessings." I have been blessed with many good people in my life, and I hope that I, too, am someone who gives strength and support to others. Among the many temples in the United States, I am truly grateful and happy to have come to the North Carolina temples, which are known as one of the most active Won Buddhist communities in the Americas. I am very excited to have the opportunity to learn and grow together with temple friends who practice so sincerely. I am honored to work together with Wonggong Gyomunim and Sean Gyomunim, who devote themselves wholeheartedly to this community. The temple buildings are beautiful. The garden you created looks amazing. I was surprised when Reverend Wonggong asked me to help pull weeds in the chive garden in front of the temple. Back in my hometown, my mother also grows chives, and she always asked me to help pull weeds with her. I used to complain, saying, "There are too many weeds. When will we ever finish?" I even told my mother that maybe we should just get rid of the chive garden because it was too much work. Sometimes I would run away to avoid helping. So, when I came to America and found myself pulling weeds in a chive patch again, I thought to myself, wow, this really must be a destiny I cannot escape. Here in North Carolina, I vow to approach everything with an open and humble mind, free from attachment. I vow to do my best to keep learning every day. Although my English may be limited, I believe our hearts will have no limitation as we walk on our practice journey together. Thank you so much for your warm welcome. 감사합니다.
Big welcoming applause.